Good day, class. I hope you are all fine, in good health, and safe while watching this video. Today, I am going to discuss the design solution of your midterm exam, the proposed post-pandemic Talipapa. So first, you would read the design problem and highlight the words that would lead you to the design solution. So you have to understand the problem first.
We're going to read the problem. So this is the proposed post-pandemic talipapa of Alvihid. The proposed post-pandemic talipapa of Alvihid will soon rise in a dilapidated old talipapa lot located in northern site of municipality, adjacent to some commercial and residential buildings. The new talipapa will only serve the municipality since the bigger market is just a few minutes motor ride. So single-story talipapa will house stalls of harvest from municipality beaches, meat poultry stalls, vegetable stalls, and convenience stores to accommodate the basic needs of the resident. Number of food stalls can also be found to serve food for the community. Parking area in the vicinity is also required to accommodate movement of people in different stores of goods. A drive-through area for pickup of goods is also encouraged. This project will support the basic needs of the people of the community, basic needs, to provide an area that will give place where everything that will basically need every day can be found and purchased. It will also provide chance for new micro business ventures to start and compete with the vicinity of the proposed talipapa.
And then you research. Research for the following words: the post-pandemic, know what is Talipapa and its design guidelines, know the municipality of Alubihid, and know the PD 1096, the National Building Code of the Philippines, the design standards that are relatable to this project, to this problem. You know what, class? You are lucky. In this generation, information is just a click away. You just type the keywords at Google, then hundreds of articles or websites will show up, but you must be careful and be critical to filter out information according to how reliable your sources are. Unlike in our days, I have to go physically to the library and browse the books individually to find what I need. As you can see in the video, I typed the word post-pandemic to know its meaning and the related law governing it. The IATF's anticipatory and forward planning have all the information needed to know the plan of our government for our country in 2020 and 2021. Then I typed in Talipapa Design Guidelines. These lead me to the IRR to govern the processing of application for locational clearance of markets as amended. It has a lot of information I needed about design guidelines of Talipapa. I also searched for the word Alubihid and I found their LGU's website. There you can find all the necessary information about the place. A lot of you don't know the right approach and dimension of site planning, particularly the parking spaces, the turning radius, proper drop-off dimension. You just type the parking design guidelines and a lot of graphical illustrations and drawings that can help you understand. Next is to write down space and design requirements.
You write down the space requirements. Space or design requirements. Okay. So So what are these? This, in terms of space, um, it should have stalls. In terms of site, it's a site. There is, should be parking area and drive-through. These are the given in the problem. But what else should we put in the site development plan that are not in the given? You will provide, since this is a market, Talipapa, you should provide drop-off area for public and private vehicles. You should also provide service areas, particularly delivery. Yeah. So these are should be present in your site development. Although it is not mentioned here in the problem, but it is needed. These two are needed in the when you design Talipapa. When you do your research, when you have read the guidelines, the IIR of market, you would see there that and if you that you would see there that delivery area drop off should be present in the site. So after you write down for the floor plan. It's stated here that it's a building. It's stated there that it's single story. So you write down single story, and then it should have stalls for the sea harvest, for the meat and poultry meat, then poultry and vegetables. Then there's convenience stores. And food stalls. So these two belong to the wet market. And these are the dry. Including this. So after you got the floor plan, what's the site, you will analyze the elevation, perspective. So these are the architectural, this one is the architectural style. So it should be this architectural style will be seen on perspective and on elevation. And it's open. Designer. So you can suggest. So suggest or recommend. Recommend. Recommend for the solution, for the design solution. Recommend. Best design solution that would harmonize the best solution or design concept or idea.
So next is site analysis and planning. Sketch the lot and reflect the necessary information such as adjacent lots, roads, and its orientation. Decide where to put the parking area, drop-off area, drive-through, open space, or landscape, because these are the necessary elements that should be present on a public Talipapa site development plan. Site planning will always comes first before you lay out the floor plan. But of course, this is not yet the final layout because you still have to do space planning inside the building. It can change according to the final output of the building floor plan. Considering all the related laws, traffic flow, design guidelines, design concept, architectural aesthetic, composition, form, and orientation. Because before you do your final floor plan, you have to evaluate your work. You have to evaluate your design if it's the best design solution to the problem. Okay, so this is my demonstration.
The site. So the site, analyze the site for lot. So this lot measures 35 by 40. It has an adjacent commercial lot. Then it has a road, 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 and then the north is road here. So north, east, east, west, south. So it's a corner through lot. And thus the open space required is 5%. You can find that in National Building Code. This one. This is the National Building Code. Okay, so we start plan. This is rough bubbling. So we start to plan. This is an adjacent commercial. This is the road. Okay. So first is this is the north. So north, this is your west, east, south. Okay. So you decide. You decide for the parking area. For the parking. So parking has two parking, public parking, and service for the admin service or on private or parking or sa tenants. You will decide here. So this area I will put the public parking, and here is the private or the service or for the tenants parking. Just to separate the two. Okay? And next is the drop off. So choosing the drop off is the queuing distance. Queuing distance. So you put your so the vehicles pass. Okay? And then for the next is the drive-through. So you choose here drive-through. So this is your drive. So your parking. The dimension of that is so this is your building. Parking here. They deliver their trucks. So the public will go here. The drop off jeepneys and will park here. So at least you have basis already for the floor plan. So when you have deprive it here so that the entry for the floor plan, it's a single story, so what else are not given? Research for the unknown. So we research for the unknown. Okay, so research for the unknown. The unknown here is the post-pandemic. So it's not an ordinary talipapa. It's a post-pandemic. So you have to consider bayanihan.
So, we are now on the space planning, the layout of Talipapa floor plan. Space planning is the organizing or arranging of spaces to accommodate functional needs. Since this talipapa is designed to meet post-pandemic needs, it should have a disinfecting area upon entry, and the planning should control the people entering the building but not necessarily compromising the openness of the space to allow natural light and ventilation inside. It should direct people not to congest and have one-way direction from entry to exits. Providing a space for e-commerce and pickup of goods for drive-thru are also important. Okay, so here's my demonstration.
So for the floor plan, because this is a post-pandemic, you have to provide cleaning in this infected area. And before you enter. And then you avoid congestion. Open in terms of letting the natural light and the ventilation, but control the people coming in. Okay, so what else? What else is the unknown? Based on the guidelines, design guidelines of the Talipapa, you have to provide public toilet and washrooms. And you have in the post-pandemic, you have a drive-through, right? A space for receiving for pickup. Yes. Okay. So chair. Then admin office. So those are the things that are needed in the floor plan. So when you do your floor plan, since this is the drop-off, this is your service, this is your public parking, drive-through. Your plan should be in a worship. This area here, cleaning, and disinfecting area. These are the convenience store. Doesn't have to access here. You can access it here. And this should be your drive. So these are your stalls. Stalls, dry. Stalls for the wet. The wet and the toilet should be aligned for good drainage. For the drainage. It collects all here and septic tank. And another convenience here. So since this is a loading delivery dock. Okay, so this is your toilet and admin. So all coming in is controlled. So mga tenants These are the tenants entry, and then this is the public entry. Okay, and you can introduce these ports. And so you can now direct them. There is a flow.
For the architectural style, we recommend architectural style that would complement the climate and culture of Alubihid. If you've done your research, you'll you'll know information about their culture, about their product, the type of people living there, and its climate. So, a good design solution are not merely physically interesting, but are driven by underlying ideas. An idea is a specific mental structure by which we organize, understand, and give meaning to external experiences and information. Architecture resides in the DNA of a building, in an embedded sensibility that infuses its code. By Matthew Frederick. So I hope, class, that you have learned something from our midterm lessons. I hope that you already have the grasp of my teaching style. I use the outcomes-based education teaching strategy because you are old enough to learn independently, use the technology around you, you have the internet. All you have to do is to have discipline, to manage your time in doing your schoolworks and studies. Don't let this pandemic um, hinder you to become architects in the future. So work hard and always look to the brighter side, the positive side. Yeah. The amount of knowledge that you're going to learn from this course will also depend on your efforts. I am just here to guide you and give fair evaluations. It's up to you. It's all on your hands. So work hard and study harder. For those who fail in in the midterms, it's not yet the end. We still have final term, and you surely can catch up if you will. For those who have good grades, don't be complacent and continue what you are doing. I want all of you to pass this course with sufficient knowledge, ready and deserving for Design 4. Okay, so that's for today. Thank you, and if you have any questions, you can email me at vigormaricel@gmail.com. I may not reply you quickly, but I will reply you as soon as I read your message. Okay? So take care and God bless.